In UiPath Studio, selectors are of three types: full selectors, partial selectors, and dynamic selectors. Full and partial selectors are discussed here. When automation is created through Basic Recorder, full selectors are generated. Full selectors start with a window or an HTML identifier, and they contain all the information of the UI element. They are suitable when the robot has to switch through multiple windows, and the use of containers would add unnecessary complexity. When automation is created through Desktop Recorder, partial selectors are generated. They do not contain the top-level window information, which is highlighted in gray on the slide. They are more suitable when the robot has to perform multiple actions in the same window or application. In these cases, the activities will be placed inside a container, such as attach window or attach browser. Partial selectors work only inside a container that specifies the top-level window where the elements belong. The advantages of using containers with partial selectors are: it virtually groups activities that work on the same application. It is slightly faster because it's not seeking for the top window every time. It makes it easier to manage top-level selectors in case manual updates are necessary. And most importantly, it helps when working on two instances of the same application. A selector helps to capture the attributes of a particular UI element on the screen. If the same UI element is present on another window, then a dynamic selector is used to easily identify its attributes on this window using a variable or an argument. A dynamic selector uses a variable or an argument as a property for the attribute of the target tag. This allows the selector to easily identify a target element based on the value of the variable or argument. This is best suited for situations in which the targeted element constantly changes its value, as a dynamic selector does not identify the target element based on the exact string, which might change depending on interactions inside the automation project. The variable or argument can be changed to interact with a different element without changing the selector itself. In terms of format, when using a dynamic selector, we can simply copy and paste a line of the selector to the editable area and replace the contents after the equation mark by the variable that we create. And we can enclose the variable in the double curly brackets. Wildcards are symbols that enable the user to replace zero or multiple characters in a string when dealing with dynamically changing attributes in a selector. There are generally two types of wildcards. The asterisk replaces zero or more characters, and the question mark replaces a single character.